Welcome back, fans of the cheese. It's your boy doing another NBA video. I'm gonna do some other videos. I gotta just figure out some topics to cover. What's hip, what's going on, whatever the case may be. This might be a little too close. I don't want to see my ugly mug. Especially I ain't even shave today, so excuse the scruffiness, but you guys will be fine. Alright, so the topic of today is NBA players are okay with mediocrity. This is my opinion. I'm going to give you a few examples of how the guys today, they're okay with not being champions. They're just, everything's hunky-dory. I'm in the league. I make millions of dollars a year. I'm a good guy. I'm a bad guy. So what if I don't become a champion? So what if I don't win? You'll get over it as the fan. This is basically what these guys are now saying to you, the paying fan. And I'm an old schooler, so I'm going to contrast this with back in the day, because you can't contrast it with the future. Obviously, he's not here yet. But you listen to some of these interviews they have with some of these players today about their legacy in the league, what it means to them. Do they have that drive to be the best, to be on top? You come into the NBA, you left college, you come into the NBA. This is the height of competition, and you're just coming in being fine with also red. Like, participation trophies are cool in the NBA now. That's basically what it is. Oh, I got to the finals, I didn't win, no big deal. I didn't even make it to the playoffs, but I had a decent record, no big deal. Oh, my team came in last place, no big deal. There's more important things in life. That is true. There's always something more important in life. Just like that saying, which I can't stand, but there's a fact to it, is things could always be worse. People will say that to you, things could always be worse, up until you die. And then what do they say? Things could have been worse then? Of course things could always be worse. It doesn't make the fact that the situation you're in is crappy. And with the NBA, okay, yes, there's other things you can do beside basketball. No kidding. And some of these guys do that. But their approach to championships, their approach to being the best, their approach to putting out all you can on the floor for the paying fan, for them to see that drive, the determination in you, it's not there with a lot of these guys. And it's coming from their own mouths. If you've heard some of these interviews with these guys, some of these things caught off camera, it's like, did he really just say that? It's like, why am I watching this guy? Why am I supporting this team? He doesn't really care. He's rich. He's got everything he could ever want for in life. Well, what am I cheering for him for? Because he doesn't care about anything as far as bringing me some joy to watch my team win a championship on the backs of this guy, when his attitude is, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Could you imagine if this was the attitude of Michael Jordan back in the days? Okay, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, if these guys had just been like, so what? When Jordan retired, if Hakeem had just been like, Jordan's out of the league, here's our chance to win, but if I don't do it, big deal. No. Okay? You can't have this laissez-faire type of attitude if you're trying to be the best that you can be, trying to build a legacy. Just getting into the Hall of Fame is okay. Anybody can get in there apparently these days. But what is look at your final resume, man. Almost made it, playoffs, choke, playoffs, almost made it, didn't make the playoffs. How many guys in the league do we know like this? Okay? But the only dude today, I think, that gets the concept of, man, I have this God-given talent, and I have got to push as much as I can for myself, my family, my legacy, the fans who are paying out the you-know-what to see these games. Once we get back to that, obviously, I get we can't do that right now. No kidding. But when we get back to the NBA, it's not like the stadiums are going to open up and tickets are going to be, oh, $5 to come in. No, they're still going to be $400, $500, $600 or whatever for decent seats in the big teams. Miami, LA, Brooklyn, etc., Utah. But let's look at a couple of guys, for example, like Chris Paul. Chris Paul is everything to everyone, right? He's in State Farm commercials. He's the head of the Players League Association. If he still is, I'm not sure. I didn't research that. Don't sue me if he's not anymore. But he was at one point, okay? And he has all these great individuals, a lot of great assist guy, great ball handler, great teammate when he's not fighting with his teammates or fighting with other people's teams. But he's not going to get a championship. And it doesn't seem like he cares. He just has the numbers and he bounces around from team to team. I don't make it. It doesn't seem to bother him. Okay? Russell Westbrook. Okay? This guy actually said, I'm happy. I'm reading this quote. I was a champion when I made it to the NBA. End quote. That's all it is for him at this point. I made it. I'm putting up these big numbers, but I can't seem to win. No big deal. I'm glad that you're happy, bro. But guess who's not happy? The fans, okay? Who have to come every year to watch your butt put up triple doubles. Okay? You're 3-time, triple doubles like 3 years in a row. Incredible, but you can't put that together, have that mentality, which in that quote, clearly you don't have that mentality, okay? You should not be happy with that much talent. You need to be frustrated, and you need to do whatever you need to do, man. Whether that means not being the only ball-hugging guy on the team. You are way too talented. You've had way too many opportunities with some top players in the league. Kevin Durant, okay? You on Houston. You had Harden with you. Find some way to make this work, man. And don't come to me with this nonsense about you were happy just to make it in the league. That's a cop-out, man. You can do better than this, Russell. You're not getting any younger, but you're still one of the fastest players in the league. Have some frustration, light a fire under yourself to say, I want to be the best. I want to be the one holding that championship trophy. You guys should be mad. Everybody gets mad at LeBron. LeBron at least understood that, you know what, with all this talent I have, I need to do whatever I can do to rack up some rings. So at the end of the day, people that can hate me all they want, okay, they can say I'm this political side of it, all that, whatever. But as an NBA player, this dude did what he had to do. He wasn't Jordan. He didn't have that much talent to where he could be 6 for 6. But the brother has 3 rings now, okay? He's got one in Miami. 2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland, and 1 in LA. He's got 4 championships. And he did what he had to do. He put his team together in Miami. He went back to Cleveland, got people together there. He went to LA. He got Anthony Davis. This guy did what he had to do to be the best, not to be also ran. He wasn't satisfied with that. So Westbrook is one example, okay? Kyrie Irving, oh my good Lord. As for this guy, every other week, it's something going on with him that's more important than basketball. In his own words, there's more things out in life than basketball. My friends and family, I have issues going on. I'm not feeling good today. My hemorrhoids are acting up. My shoes are too tight. There's always something with this guy. He has maybe the best handles in basketball. Clearly on a talent level, this guy is on another level, okay? When Kyrie is on, he is incredible to watch. He's entertaining. But mentally, this dude is just not there. I don't know what really is going on in his life, but basketball is not his priority. But they will take that basketball money, won't they? Oh yeah, I want that 25, 30, $40 million a year contract to not have basketball be a priority in my life. Where else in the world are you going to go? Fresh out of high school, some of these guys can't barely have a conversation with them with that just broken English, horrible, horrible conversations. Because if you hear some of the interviews with these guys, not all of them, some of them are good. So I'm not picking on Kyrie because he is an intelligent guy. LeBron has some intelligence about him, But the point is, they want the maximum available money to them for their talents, so they can play when they feel to play. Basketball suddenly is not the most important thing in your life, but that paycheck from basketball is the most important thing in your life. It's ridiculous to me, okay? When they interview these guys, they should never let the fan hear you say that there's more important things in your life than basketball. You can believe that in your head, but if you're going to take that money, if you're going to bounce from team to team because one team not paying you enough or this, and it's always about money. It's always about money. Don't get it twisted. It's nothing else about, the weather was too cold or whatever. Greed, money is the only thing these guys care about. And the proof is in the pudding when they say stuff like this. They want that money, but they don't want to put in the effort. It's too much trouble to be the best. Okay? For most of them. Again, not all. Just for most of them. All right? And I'm going to even take it one step further. Not even just basketball. Look at football. This was about, last season? When Fig Newton, Cam Newton, excuse my French, he was at one of his football training camps, okay? And he was getting heckled by some punk kid on the sideline or whatever that was giving him some juice up. I can't remember what he was giving him juice about. Probably his poor play on the football field. Because let's be real, Cam Newton sucked ever since he got hurt back in Carolina. When they clocked him in the Super Bowl and they messed him up, this dude has not been the same. Okay, and that quote he said to that kid on that sideline, I was like, yep, there you go, right there. Quote unquote, he turns to the kid on the side and says, I'm rich. And I'm like, what else you people need? What else you need to know? That's all these athletes care about. I'm rich. Doesn't matter what you say, how you feel about their performance. They're never going to say, you know what, man? You know what? Like, they're never going to see this video. And you're like, you know what, Phil? You got a point, man. You got a point. I don't have that drive in me. I wish I had it in me. I wish I could push past the edge. I wish I had the team around me. I wish I had the wherewithal to plan before. I'm going to try to do better with this. They will never, ever say that. Their defense, and not just in sports, man. Anyway, I'm going to stick to sports, but the music industry people does this stuff too. Look up an interview with Lil Wayne when they asked him a question about the music he was putting out there and the inappropriate, lyrics and whatever, and what his response was. I'm rich. Cam Newton, that's what he says to the kid. Now, I don't think the kid was right in all his heckling, but the response, that's a coward's response, man. Talk about I'm rich. What's that supposed to mean? What that tells me is you don't give a you-know-what about the fans and about winning and about being the best you can be. You just want to buy Lamborghinis, Bentleys, large houses, and have hoes and hookers at your Instagram party. Paul Pierce, I'm looking at you. That's what they want to do. That's what sports has become. We have pandered these guys and fluffed them up and paid them exorbitant amounts of money to put out mediocre products in team sports, especially. And in America, baseball, basketball, and football are the worst examples of this, of where teams are just overpaying these guys to put out mediocre products. Baseball players getting $25, $30 million a year because they batted 350 one year. The next year they come out, they can't even do 225. Stinking up the joint. They go from 50 home runs one year, next year they can't even do 20. But they got that money, and that's the only thing they care about. You question them about it, they shut you down. You know? You don't have this in individual sports. This is why I play tennis. This is why I love tennis. Well, I also play tennis because I suck at basketball, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, okay, this is why I respect tennis players. Because especially if you're a singles tennis player, you have to be the best. There is no coattail of your better teammates to make you good in tennis. You want to get paid money in tennis, you actually have to win. And you have to win often. And you have to play your behind off. The tennis schedule is practically year round. They don't have no time off like these guys to go chill in the summer and you know they get hurt. Like KD is hurt again. Shocker. Dude just came back. Didn't even play 4 or 5 games. Got knee in the thigh, and he's probably gonna be out another 4 or 5 games. Guess what's not getting affected? His salary. Okay, this man didn't play all of last year. He came back fine this year. He's already back on the injured list. He's still getting paid more money in a year than, like I said, 90% of the population will in a lifetime. And he's a good player, but he doesn't have to be good. He can be hurt, and they just carry these guys along, and they realize that. They realize that I don't have to be good. You don't have that in tennis, man. You get hurt in tennis, no money for you, because you're not playing. Not playing, no money. So, 16 minutes. Let me go and wrap this up because y'all will complain about the length again. But did I miss anybody? Let me see if I missed anybody. No, I didn't. There's some other guys that do this as well. But what I'm trying to say is, athletes, you guys gotta approach this differently, man. How much is too much? If you have already made in your 1-year deal, you've made your $40 million, okay, and you signed a 3-year contract with the team. When they interview you, man, be hungry. Don't say stuff like this. Don't say stuff like, you know, I'm thinking about other things, you know, besides basketball. Do that when you leave basketball. When you retire from the team who made you stinking rich, okay, who got you the endorsements with Nike and Adidas and everybody else. When you leave them, okay, and you want to move on like Kobe, okay, and do businesses outside, when you want to move on and do, you know, go on TV and maybe be an announcer on TNT with Chuck, Kenny, and Charles or whatever, make that kind of statement then. The fans today don't want to hear about your life outside of basketball when you're taking their money to put on a mediocre product. Man up, say you're not satisfied, go for the win, play like your life depended on it, and the product will be better. The NBA will be better. The fans will come back. You'll go back to having that old school drive when you know your main guys on the team were playing and putting their hearts out there, man. Today, I always heard again, he doesn't care. And they don't. And there's the proof right there. Okay, so if anybody sees this, let me know what you think about these guys and their attitude towards the game. And if I'm wrong, hey, tell me I'm wrong. That's okay too. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'll be back with maybe something different than the NBA next time. I don't know. Just depends what I feel like. Have a good day. Take it easy.